Hello everybody and welcome back to Planet Zoo, where I want to take a little look-see and get as far as I can before the game locks down again. I don't have long now, it's 7:30 on the 7th. I don't know when it locks down, but okay. I'm going to try my best to do as much as I can before that. So we're going to have a look at franchise mode. I already had a little play around on it so that I didn't look like a complete idiot. So we now only have 300 special credits here, special conservation credits. But I'm going to still found a new zoo. We have Dream Zoo. How about we have Web Zoo? It can be tropical. No? It cannot be? What? I can only have a grassland zoo. Or maybe we can only have a grassland zoo anyway. Maybe these are all just locked out. Never mind. Right, so let's have Web Zoo. Web Zoo. For Dream Zoo and Web Zoo. Let's create that. Because I want to show you from the beginning, but I didn't want to show you from the beginning without having at least a little go at it first. Because these Planet Zoo, Planet Coaster sort of games are very in-depth. Okay, so we have a gate. And that is it. So the visitors will come in here. So the first thing I'm going to need is a pathway. And I think my pathway, I would like to make it out of... I'm going to have sort of a boardwalk thing going on. I think a vertical path. Okay, so something that you can do here, I did have a little play with these. You can square the edges. You can select a square path. You can align to grid. And you can angle snap. You can make it longer, which I probably do want to do. And I want it about 8 meters wide. Okay, so the first thing you do is you select the grid. So basically, it's a really good thing to try and select the grid from the initial path because that's usually pretty in line with the borders here. So it just helps you get everything square. Now then, I said I wanted it like quite long, 5 long, but never mind. So this just means I can basically carry on a nice long pathway all the way down here. And that's the main thoroughfare for everyone to walk along. And I'm going to just make, it's going to be a little bit like how I would start a city in something like SimCity, honestly. And so from this I can then make myself little things that go off to the side. Which I'm going to do here. And what I'm going to do here is I'm going to make myself a little... This will be like a little guest area. Okay? I want to go a little bit further with it. And we can just go around the corner there. Or we can go a little further, actually. I think we'll do that. Okay. And then we can go down here. And then you can do things like put the corners in, for example. Make it look a little bit more of an interesting shape there. Then what I kind of want to do as well is I want to have a little area in here. Like so. Oh, this is looking quite good actually. So this is going to be my picnic table area. I'm going to have toilets here. I'm going to have shops, all that sort of thing. So we'll start building those, I think. Okay, so yeah, I learned how to do all this when I was building my first zoo. It did not look as good as this at all. So there's a few things that I'm going to want. I'm going to want some like benches in the middle for my guests to sit down at. Now, one thing that I have learned is if you press Z, okay, it'll go around it. It's interesting how everything seems at an angle on this map. Very interesting indeed. Would it... If I snapped it... Is it maybe trying to snap to these corners? I'm not sure. I'm not sure where that's trying to snap to, because it's certainly not snapping to the edge there, and it's certainly not snapping to any of these roads. Which is very interesting to me indeed. But I mean, it doesn't matter too much to me if I have just some picnic benches that are on an angle. But I would like to sort out why that is. That would be interesting. And then I'm going to put some bins around the place as well. So maybe just... Oh yeah, I can snap that to the edge of the road like that. So there we are. We've got a nice little picnic area. Now, the drink shops and things like that, they don't snap to the paths. They need to sort of go in an area like this, for example. So I can press Z on that, and that will just go in like that nicely. So we could maybe have like a gulpy drink shop there. Then we could maybe have a Planet Zoo food shop over here. Now I'm just tapping Z. If you hold Z down, you get more options on how to sort of position something. If you just tap Z, it will just... Oh, now I've ruined it. Let's go back in. I was trying to show you guys and I ended up messing it up. So yeah, it'll snap to the road. It'll be very, very snapped to the road. You can just press Z a couple of times and then just position it in where you want. Like maybe about there. So we've got food and we've got drink and we've got a picnic area and they look quite smart. And behind that, I would like to have things like maybe a gift shop, maybe toilets. So where have we got some toilets? Maybe a small toilet. I don't think we need a massive one. We could have a nice big shop though, maybe. Actually, the nice big shop might be nice to have along this way, so that visitors can see the shop like right away. Now, I hope they can find it, because there's no pathway to this shop. If I put it close enough to the edge of the path there, though, that hopefully means they'll be able to go to that shop. So that's a pre-built shop for me. It says it's a shell. I'm really hoping that that is usable. I mean, the food shop has a chief beef inside, the gulpy soda inside, so that's fine. Loony balloons inside. Oh, it's a shell, so I need to put some... So I've got a chief beef that goes inside. Right, okay. Gulpy soda. Information center. Keeper's hut. Loony balloons. Oh, I see. So what I kind of need to do is put the loony balloons... Add to Planet Zoo Shop Large. But it should kind of be inside, right? Can it go down into the shop? I'm not 100% sure how that works right now. And I feel like I'm not really clever enough. So I'm going to delete that shop. If I can. Let's get out of editing mode and just delete the whole shop. So I got 500 back for that. That's not great. But this one has a loony balloons inside. So I know that that will be fine. And you can see that the loony balloons is kind of attaching itself there. So they can walk past here and get a balloon, or they can go in, get some food and sit down on the benches. Okay, next. I know I haven't even started on the animals yet, right? Next thing I want to do is... I don't want to start on those things yet. Just put some toilets in. Give me a toilet. So I don't know how to put the shops inside these shop shells. I don't know if they need to go on top. Maybe I need to put down the loony balloons and then put that on top or something. But I think that's a little bit more... I could have a large toilet block. I don't know. See how that fits. Does that look too awful? Yeah, I think it's a bit too big for this space. So we're just going to put in a small toilet. I'll just go about there. Wonderful. So this is my my area. Okay, it's my area for people to sit and have lunch and stuff like that, and then go to the toilet afterwards. Perfect. So the next thing that I want to do, I want to kind of put an exhibit opposite the toilets. Yay! Not just because it's opposite the toilets. I just want to put an exhibit about here. I don't know if I should maybe put some planting or something in front. Yeah, I think that might be a good idea. Let's go back to the pathing then. Because that helps me shape my zoo out, basically. And I want to align to grid again. Get that grid. And I want to just go along here with it. And I know it's a little bit tedious drawing all the paths like this, but helps me keep it all nice. Yeah, I'm going to do this again because I like that. And then we're going to make that into maybe like find something nice to put in it. Maybe a nice some nice planting or some nice decorations or something. Or some lights, for example. They're not great, are they? Ooh. Signs, props, any good props? Like a Planet Zoo log. Oh, we could do some planting around that. Absolutely. Let's put a Planet Zoo log down. Oh, centerpieces. Of course, now I find the centerpieces. Fountains, planters. What do you mean there's no statues and planters and... Oh, no. Yes, we've got special effects. Nice. But yeah, we'll just make do with the log for now. And I'll put some, like, planting around it. So we could have some, like, alpine sea holly, for example. Not that that's looking so great. Have some azalea. Oh, that looks quite pretty. Have a little azalea border. Oh, I know where that would go. Pop an azalea border there. And another one on the other side. There. Oh, it's getting nighttime. How am I supposed to design these things at nighttime? Give me a break, like. I want a large fern, maybe. Oh, I know. Yeah, no, this is what this game is all about, okay? It's all about the decoration. So that's very pretty. I like that. And then we need something a little larger. Mossy stone. Bulrush reeds. Oh, I know. Too small. Cherry tree on either side of the log. Okay, so we've got a little decorative border. I don't want to spend too long on that. I can come back to that later. So that's a nice, nice little bit there that everyone can just spend their time. Yes, very nice. Okay, so now what I need to do is make myself my first kind of enclosure. And I would also like to sort of make sure that the keepers' huts and things are out of sight, because that was something they definitely very much told us needs to be a thing. So I'm going to extend the path more just so you can see where that's going, and I know to keep within it. So we're still going to align it to grid. Select that as a grid, and we're just going to keep it really quite strict. Because if we don't do that, I'm going to end up making a giant mess, basically. So we're going to want quite a small pen. So I'm just going to sort of put the path around where I think the pen is going to go. And then I'm going to put down sort of maybe another little bit of planting, and then we're going to put a staff path going off behind here, I think. I'm not going to put the bits in because I need that for the actual pen. So this is the starts of it. And I'm going to want a little staff bit. So what I think I'm going to do, I'm going to put a staff path in, and I'm going to put some planting there. So this is where the staff path goes. And my staff paths are going to be red. So I'm going to just give them a little... Firstly, a little bit of just planting. I'm going to put maybe some bamboo or something there, just to keep their huts and stuff out of sight. And then we're just going to, put things along these roads here. And then they can be for this particular enclosure. Whatever we're going to put there, I don't know yet. We've got 28,000 left. We've got a lot to do with that. I'm terrible. I spent all the money on like a pretty guest area. I'm terrible. So, construction. No. Facilities again. So we want animal facilities. We're gonna want staff facilities. And there's a few things we need. So they list them here very nicely for us. So we're gonna want a planet zookeeper hut small. So I'm gonna put that there first. I think the keeper hut needs to be quite close to the animals that are going to be here. I'll probably put a gate behind here so it's close to the keeper hut. I wish the lights were a bit better. Yeah, we need a trade center. We need quarantine. We need a small research center. Where's my trade center then? So that's the next thing I want. Put that next to the keeper's hut. They're very similar looking buildings, so that's fair enough. I hope I haven't just done 2 keeper's huts. No. Trade center and a keeper's hut. A veterinary surgery. Gonna put that maybe around the other side. It's quite a big building, that one. Oh. So I'm gonna put that there. So these I'm not going to be too worried about how they look. Because we're going to hide them all behind a big forest of bamboo. Next. Quarantine. Just put a small quarantine in. This seems to be the... like it needs to have something built around it, but I'm not so worried. I think I need a bit more staff path, actually. Let's get that in. Maybe not quite like that. I'm just gonna sort of extend that quite a way there. What I might do is do this as well. We've got a couple of... so it's like a little tiny grid system going on. But I'm going to just leave the ends open just because I want to. Just in case things are very big. So let's go back to facilities. And what else do we need? A workshop, a research center, and a staff center. And this means that the staff can go over to the eating facilities fairly easily as well. Thought I put quarantine in. No, you obviously didn't. Turn it until I can see the path. There we are. So that's our quarantine center. You can stack them on top, can you? No, clearly not. Research center. You can spend all day on these buildings, though. I don't intend to for the purposes of this particular Let's Play. Nah, it's not big enough. Put it around this way then, shall we? Put it over here with all the other buildings that look exactly the same. The staff center. Little staff building. That would fit there nicely. There's a whole little town going on here. And a workshop. Hopefully the workshop's not too big. Yeah, our Planet Zoo workshop. Oh, that's tiny. So that might fit in here. Oh no, round and round it goes. It's like a... okay, I think I do need to slightly extend the path. Just very slightly. Maybe like one more. Maybe 2 more. And then we can bring it in like this. And just stick. So basically my facilities is they're facilities. They don't need to look awesome, right? I'm going to spend enough time. Oh man. We could have had a quarantine proper building. Rather than the quarantine small thing there. I might need to build some stuff around it. I don't know. I might replace it later. We'll see. So we're still looking at a workshop. Just the Planet Zoo style workshop. And we'll just have it right next to quarantine. There we are. They can maybe have a tree or something there. So what I want to do as well now is to plant... Basically, these are very ugly. And we don't like them. So we're going to put some bamboo in this part here to try and mitigate how much the people can see them, basically. Okay, so still have 11,000 left. There's totally enough left for me to do stuff. There we are. So we put a load of bamboo there so that they can't see that as much. It's a bit of a screen. Hopefully that should be enough for them not to be able to see. Otherwise I'll have to put more hedging there or something. I'm not sure. Inspector arriving in 11 months. Did I not pause it? Oh my goodness me. We do have most of the basics in place now. We've got everything we need for the guests. The basics we need for the guests. Everything we, in theory, need for the animals. Everything is separated out. Everything looks quite nice. So I'm quite happy with that. So I want to go and have a look at animal trading, see what animal I want. So, animal trading. Now this is interesting because I was like, what is this? This is how long you have left for the animals to be on the market for before they go away. I only have 200 of these now. I used to have 300. But then I had to spend another 100 on an extra zoo because I needed to practice. So, oh well. We'll make more of these credits by breeding and selling animals, going to other zoos, logging in daily, releasing animals into the wild, blah, 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 blah. It's all these things that you can do. It's really cool, in-depth game. Loads of stuff to do. Probably keep me busy for hours, honestly. So we've got a lot of things saying that they are without power. So I'm thinking I might actually need to make a power station. But I would like to look at the animals. I don't want to run out of money before I've got the animals. So you can have cash listings or conservation listings. And you can put them within a certain price range as well. So say I want to have like animals that are worth like 100 or 50 or something like that. We don't want them to go more than 200. So we could go 0 to 200 actually. So that's showing me everything between 0 and 200. And then I can filter it by price low to high. So you can have things that are like 1. You've got these little monitor lizards, for example. But really, I kind of think I want something a little more expensive than that. So I'm going to go high to low. I'm going to see what's about. Because we want some really good stuff, you know. Well, these are all 200s, man. Maybe I want 100s. Maybe I should actually look at 100s because then I can get more than one thing. So we've got a lot of stuff. Yeah, I'm going to filter it to 100 rather than 200. Can we not do that? Oh, right, okay. Apparently I'm a cheapskate. So, keep going. I'll find some stuff that's around 100. So basically what I want to do is find the best bargain I can. For around 100, so I can get a breeding pair. I want a breeding pair of whatever I get. And I want them to have good fertility. I don't know how often things breed as well, so that would be a good thing to look into. So maybe something like an ostrich that might lay an egg might actually be a good shout. And I think that the more expensive they are, the better they'll breed and things like that. So we're basically looking for an ostrich breeding program right now. So, okay, so Themba, for example. Themba is reasonably good on fertility, longevity, size, all that sort of thing. We're getting to around the range we want now, so I'm going to start properly looking at them and all of their traits. You've also got their appeal here. So, like the warthogs, the peafowl have got really good appeal. The ostriches have quite good appeal compared to the warthogs, for example. I think ostriches would be a good start, actually, to be honest. So, Latifa. And you can see that some of them have seem to have a prize thing around them. That might mean that they're particularly, it's Are they particularly good in some way? I'm not sure. I'm not sure exactly what that means. Let's have a look at Latifa. Not so good. Ayapo. Very good fertility. Now that might be a very, very good thing to have, actually. Any good female ostriches around? Lots of male ostriches. 3 years old. How old is that one? 4 years old. I don't know how long an ostrich lives for. Might be good to look at it, actually. That one looks fairly reasonable on quite a lot of things. Compare mates. Oh, okay, so this is like how I would breed them. Okay. I want to go back. Okay, good. Oh, it's refreshed it now. Oh, man. Took all my filters away. Oh, this is no good. I do want the conservation ones because then if I release them back into the wild, I get stuff back for it. But I do not have much money at all. Oh, I can't even get it to stay on 200. That's how little money I have. How little stuff I have. Alright then. Let's go price. High to low. And try to get the ones that are around 100 again. Because if I've got to go low to high, that's going to take forever. And actually, let's we are kind of looking at ostriches mostly. So let's just go to common ostrich as well. Just be quicker to look through them at that point. Seeing as I have pretty much decided I want an ostrich pen. Okay, so let's keep going. And keep going down. So we've got Latifa, who is not that great. Themba. It's pretty good on a lot of things. Might get sick though. Jaha. I think I'm going to adopt Jaha. Looks like a good one. Waiting in the trade center. Okay. And Jaha is female. Themba is a male, but doesn't have the greatest of immunity, so I'm just going to keep looking. What about Nadulu? Much better spread of stuff. 7 years old. Hopefully is still able to breed. We'll see. I can also buy some for cash because that's all of my money gone there on my 2 ostriches. I can also have cash listings. So the only things I can get now are the cash listed ones. Still stuck on ostrich. So there's clearly no ostriches there for cash listings. So we've got like hippopotamus we could buy. We've got grizzly bears we could buy. We've got some giant tortoises that we could buy. And we could maybe breed them and then sell what we breed. So you could start off with some things for cash. And then maybe their offspring you'd be able to release into the wild for credits that you could then use to go up in level. And get some of the more interesting looking things. Not interesting looking things, but you know, the more expensive things. So, I want to build a barrier to keep my ostriches in. Now, hopefully, ostriches don't need a barrier that's too tall. Red brick is not climbable and it's watertight, so it's a pretty good starter one. One thing that I would say is that if you want to make a square like me, go for straight sections. And then just boop along the edge of here. And I will probably, at some point, now then. I wonder if I can build like a half one. So many things. I need to sort of lengthen it. That's move. That's raise and heighten. That's select. So can I make the walls length 8 meters? Oh, right. So I can make one that's like a 2-meter section, maybe? Try a 3-meter section. I've got a 5-meter section there. $4-meter. It needs to be 3-meter. Could tell that already. Let me do 3-meter. Oh, it went straight past it. Can I type the letter the number 3? The letter 3. I've built these paths around it, okay? Oh, man. I know it will go to 3. I'm wanting such fine control on it. I don't want like 30-meter blooming fences. Yay! 3-meter fences! And then we want to go back up to the like 8-meter ones. I really wish I could type in there. That was so much easier. And that'll probably want to be a 2 or a 3-meter. And then I'm gonna want a 3-meter like over here as well, but I need to go back to 8 meters first. There we are. And then back to 3-meter. Wants to play now. Oh. Why is it now obstructed? Is it just very slightly off? Yep. And could I have snapped it to grid? Could have done a height snap, an angle snap. But you can't snap it to the grid. So. Not good. Can I control Z? Oh, I can. That's very good. I want to control Z all the way to there. Okay. There's absolutely no reason not to have, like, the length huge. Especially around that. No. The problem with that is that then you get that. No, we can't have that. I'm sorry, guys. I know. Let's have a perspex fence just over here. I wish everything wasn't obstructed all the time. It's irritating. Clearly need it to be 19 meters. Clearly. Okay, we need it straight sections. And of course we've got a 90-degree snap. It's very slightly out of line with the path, I think. I wish I could snap the fences to the path. That would make my life so much easier. But they cannot, seemingly. So then I would like... kind of have the same... can't build under these circumstances. I think that's pretty good. No, I need to build the wall then, don't I, really? Straight wall, please. I don't really want it that big. Let's try something like 10-meter sections. Or brick wall. I don't want everything to be... There we are. Brick wall. What part of brick did you not understand there? Why won't you go straight? Why won't you go straight when I tell you to go straight? There we are. Just need a little persuading. So these are 2-meter high, 10-meter segments. I'm trying to work out how long the entire thing is so that I can make a really pretty sort of look to it. Okay. There's another 10-meter long segment. So 14, oh, that kind of snaps. Right, so we want like a 14-meter long perspex in the middle there. And then we'll have perspex down the edge. So they've got some like room to... Be perspex, please. Do what I tell you. Do what I tell you. It used to be 19. Go on, you can do 19. You can go in the middle. You can go in the middle. Yes. That's 19. Then I want 10 of this. Give me 10. Not 12, not 11, not 9, 10. I wish I could type in there. How am I supposed to be precise when this is so fiddly? And then I have to click my wrists and everyone has to hear it. Oh yeah, 10 meters. It's going to be horrible if... I don't know if it's just because this particular pen is so small. Okay, I can do 10 meters from there to there in brick as well. Just to try and mean I don't have to change it as much. And then we wanted about 13 or 14. 14, I think. Give me 14. Now my wrist hurt. This is absolutely no good. If someone is like trying to needing accessibility on this, and you can't even like you've got such fiddly tiny controls. I mean, it might be there's an option somewhere that I haven't found. So I'll be fair. There could be an option somewhere. If there was, I would love it. Settings. Controls. I mean, I do wonder actually, one thing that might be the case on this. If I click on length, it might allow me to use directional arrows. No, it doesn't. Curved barrier top. Oh, very nice. But yeah, I mean, I might have to do some looking into making that better. So here we are. Here's our ostrich pen so far. So I have my ostriches and they are ready to come into this. But I think I do need to get them some food and water first. And we also need a habitat gate. So the habitat gate I said I'd want to put in about here. Oh no, it's obstructed. I may need to put it into the perspex then. It's fine. Really? Almost just goes straight into the wall. Oh, okay. It goes there. Let me just try and turn around here and see if I can get a good place for it to go. There we are. I knew it would go in there fine.